Added stress for families struggling to find a safe place to sleep.
Dozens of women and children without a home to call their own continue to be turned away by Cleveland shelters because they're overcrowded. News 5's Mike Brookbank joins us now live. And Mike, the number of homeless families in need right now is simply pushing resources to the breaking point.
Yeah, Danita and Frank, last week Laura's home told 96 women and children they were at capacity. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they were forced here onto the streets of Cleveland to sleep, but one homeless advocate tells me we are inching dangerously close to that point. News 5 continuing to keep tabs on what homeless advocates are calling a crisis.
Families more and more are pouring in to seek shelter.
The demand pushing the current system to its breaking point.
We don't have the ability to provide shelter for all the families.
When we visited Laura's home nearly 2 years ago, about 30 women and children were sleeping in the gym because there were no other open options available in Cleveland for emergency overflow.
They're constantly full. They are busting at the seams.
Scenes like this are still playing out.
There's people on a waiting list, which is totally inappropriate in our community, that anyone would be waiting for shelter.
Despite the city mission and the Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless sounding the alarm and pleading for more resources.
We've averaged every single day around 62 individuals that we've had to turn away between single women and mothers and their children.
Both agencies tell me Cuyahoga County and the city of Cleveland are not working fast enough to find a long-term shelter solution for our community's most vulnerable.
If we don't find tangible ways to address that immediately, we're going to continue to have this cycle of problems that we're facing with family homelessness in this county.
Rather than trying to troubleshoot, we need to move towards solutions.
Chris Nestrick with NEOC wants to see more focus on prevention.
Right now we have very limited funds that prevent homelessness.
Yeah, that's something that we see less and less of available within the county.
Michael Hahn tells me he expects the trend of families being turned away from shelters to continue.
We're really seeing a lack of movement.
And he wouldn't be surprised to be standing here a year from now still talking about the issue.
The long-term effect of homelessness on these children and the trauma that they go through is going to affect them for their life. A Cuyahoga County spokesperson told me the person I needed to speak with today was on vacation, and she directed me to the YWCA, which doesn't even have a family shelter. I reached out to the city of Cleveland as well, and a spokesperson tells me the city allocates $1.7 million every year for homeless initiatives. We're live in Cleveland tonight. Mike Brookbank, News 5.